Well, we know we've had sort of a mixed bag of weather out there, whether it's been a little bit of rain, we've had warmer temperatures, but the point is, if you're getting outside, you want to keep your eyes to the sky, or the tree lines, or the many other places that the incredible birds across Delmarva could be. We've got Jim Rapp, organizer of Delmarva Birding Weekends, with us on the CoastLife couch, one of my favorite friends to chat with.
The same.
Yes, so how have you been?
Really good. I'm just walking in here today. Eastern bluebirds,
nice.
red-winged blackbirds, house finches singing. Spring is here. The
Yes,
birds
it
are coming
is.
back.
Yes, they are. And I think the changing of the seasons is always the best time to get out there and look for birds, because that's where we've got the migratory birds coming through. So you maybe see some ones that you don't typically see in our area. But it's also just, again, that weather's changing. It's fun.
It really is. I mean, I think of it this way, like we've had a great winter birding. We've talked about this with the seals and all the ducks and waterfowl. But those winter animals are moving north to where they want to raise their young. But in the meantime, it's this big shift. So it's like a reunion. So every year, our friends come back. And so right now, we're seeing every day yellow-throated warblers, Louisiana waterthroats, all these little songbirds. They're really singers, right? The melodious, colorful singers are coming back. And so April and May are the peak times to do that. And Delmarva, with its bounty of parks and refuges, is the best place on the East Coast to come see these birds.
Yes, it is. So you mentioned some of the types of birds that we're seeing. Take us back a little bit to the bird that maybe got you so hooked and interested in birding.
So a lot of birders have one bird they call a spark bird.
Yes.
So this is the bird, the moment that said, I'm doing this the rest of my life. 1991, senior in college, a little park with my instructor, still a friend of mine who I go birding with, Ellen Lawler, where we're getting out of the vans at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm bleary-eyed, put the binoculars up. Oh, look up in that tree. A scarlet tanager. This is a bright red bird with black wings. I had never seen this thing. I'm like, where has that been all my life? And it just gave me this hook to get me back in. And now everywhere I go in the world, I'm like, you're looking at birds. They're every city, every state, every country. There's birds all over the planet. It's just a fun way to travel and learn about something that I, of course, love very much.
It is, and I think it's, we get so used to our surroundings and what we're our day-to-day, the birds that you see and hear every day. Because I remember when I went to Costa Rica and I saw like wild parrots for the first time, and I was like, what? But I think here it was the indigo bunting that I saw at Prime Hook that I was like, wow,
that color
never seen a bird that
unparalleled and electric.
So for folks that are maybe starting out on their birding journey, they're not really sure who they're looking at, who they're hearing, and they want to follow along with you guys, the experts. You guys have some great trips coming up, because like you said, that April, May is peak season. So how can people join you?
Well, so DelmarvaBirding.com, our big annual event that we started this with, believe it or not, 29 years ago. Actually, 30 years ago. We took out the COVID year. But yeah, so 30 years ago, a bunch of us were talking about how to promote this area as a birders destination. We came up with a spring weekend, end of April 24th to 27th, field trips on foot, by boat. We love the boat trips, even kayaking. We're back in the kayaks in the spring, and it's really to welcome back the warblers and the other songbirds, but also we're still seeing some of the late winter waterfowl. So like, see you guys next year, and hey, welcome. But one thing I do love about spring is we tend to come inland more too. Like in the winter, we're very much focused on the water, the ocean, the inland bays, the Delaware Bay, and we love the forest, but in the spring, it's the cypress swamps, it's the interior forest. So places like Redden State Forest, Trap Pond State Park. You're going to see birds, if you're looking and listening, that you are going to be really surprised how much diversity is out there.
Before I let you go, Jim, do you have any other tips maybe for beginners who are just starting out, maybe some equipment that they need, or just maybe some things that they should start keeping track of? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, so I wouldn't get overwhelmed with like every hobby. You can get the Cadillac version, or you can if you don't have binoculars, binoculars help. You don't need them, but they do help. So start off with a basic pair of binoculars. You can get a pair for $50, $100. They go way up more than that. There's lots of great apps, technology. There's apps for your phone. They can listen to the bird song. That helps. But just get a pair of binoculars and get out there. And I want to give a plug to our Sussex bird clubs and other bird clubs. There's lots of great communities for birders down here to tap into, and there's field trips, I can pretty much say, every weekend year-round. So go with other people, learn from them. I still think that's the best way, but just get binoculars and get out there.
All right. Well, Jim, thank you so much. Your website one more time so that people can register for those field trips.
DelmarvaBirding.com.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about the exciting field trips that are coming up for Delmarva Birding Weekends. But coming up on CoastLife, we've got some more excitement for you. It's Thursday, so you know what that means. We're spilling some tea, we're spilling some drama. That's on the way.